Good evening. Now my mic is also on. Welcome to today's stream and to a special stream because we will today talk about AI art and not only talk but also create some AI art. So let's get into this. If you don't know me, my name is Stefan. I am a digital artist and I'm telling you that because if you're new here, check out my work down in the description. If you are a recurring viewer, welcome again. Nice to see you on this Friday evening. And if you are familiar with my stream, you know that on Friday evening, I love to have a little beer and make it usually a draw and drink stream. But probably today we got not going to draw so much, but still we should drink. So, I have one of my favorite beers here actually. So it's from one of my favorite German breweries, which is called Riegele. This is what the label looks like. And this is the finest Urhell, which means it's a kind of special version of the Helles beer that they make. Helles is something like lager beer. And here's my bottle opener. So I'm going to pour that. And in the meantime, you can tell me how your week was, if you had a good time, and what you have been working on this week, and maybe what your plans for the weekend are if you want. Let me know. So I'm just quickly pouring my beer here in the meantime. Also, I rearranged my setup here, not permanent, but for recording a video today. So my camera angle is a bit weird. I hope that you don't mind that I probably sometimes look in the wrong direction. And let me know if you can hear me well and if the music is too loud or not loud enough, because I changed a couple of settings there. So, little cue, someone whose name I can't read because it looks like Japanese. Hello. Victor, Kablin, Mike, cheers guys, welcome to the stream. Mike, the next form function series drop, yeah, that's going to take a while actually. I do not have a specific drop date for that, but it will hopefully happen this year. So sorry if that sounds a bit like really long away, but I have some other projects, especially the Curious Cabins and the Shroom Heads, that I need to attend to first. But what I want to do is I want to drop on Exchange. I want to drop an one-of-one on Exchange, maybe in a couple of weeks. So we'll see about that. But yeah, it may take a while actually, because it's the first drop was kind of a side project I started, and I still have I have to find time again to work on that, but I definitely will do, so that's for sure. So there will be more drops, but yeah, I'll announce it first in my newsletter. So if you're not following my newsletter, check my links and follow there, because that's where the info will go out first, I guess, and also my Discord. Little O, hello, Blup, Camilo. Cheers, guys. So, cheers to you, host from Münster, to you guys out there. And yeah, let's celebrate that there's another weekend coming up. Nice, that's good. That's a good one. It's a bit more, it has a bit more flavor than the usual Helles, while at the same time having a little bit less alcohol. That's weird, because usually beer that has a little higher percentage of alcohol is has more intense taste, but this one is different. So let's talk about what we're going to do today, because it's not all about drinking beer, but also about AI art. And yeah, well, usually I do just drawing streams here, as you know, but for today I thought that it would be nice to have a look at AI art, because it's still such a hype topic and everyone is kind of talking about it and discussing it. Some are hating it, some are loving it, some do not know what this all is about. And I want to first of all, I want to have a look into how this works, like how I use it. And I've been using it for my creative workflow on some projects lately. And I think many do not really know how much potential this has for a creative workflow, without directly going into, yeah, this is taking my job, or this is taking the creatives' jobs away, but more into like looking at the potentials and looking at what this can do for us as artists, and how I can kind of how it can make our work better. Because I'm usually a very positive thinking person. So this usually, like in terms of my career and everything, this has helped me personally to make steps in my career to like see challenges as something positive. And AI art and AI generated images will be challenging for sure for the industry, but I want to try to see the positive sides and see where the potentials are. This is a little bit of a kind of business bullshit talk, maybe but I'm going to show you what I mean with that. So stick with me. Don't hate on me for that kind of pro AI pep talk here, because it has some negative sides as well, and I want to like discuss with you. So if you guys have any questions, if you have thoughts about this, if you have concerns about this, please drop it in the chat. Drop them in the chat, and we'll get into it. And it would be great if we'd have like a kind of diverse discussion as well here, if you want. If not, I will just create my images and have fun with it, and you can watch me doing that. But I'm also up for a discussion anytime. As long as it's no stupid hate, like we've seen with NFTs as well. People seeing there's a new technology coming up, new kind of things happening in the industry, and there's like some kind of rejection happening to AI art as well. I can tell you, every time I post on Instagram about either NFTs or AI art, I have like instantly like 50 unfollows. It's no bullshit. It's really happening. So that's really crazy. People just neglect that it's existing, instead of like thinking about what the potentials might be. So that's kind of my starting talk, my introduction for you. Actually, spontaneous introduction. I didn't line that up first. Just my spontaneous thoughts on this. Thanks so much, man. Your favorite artist. That's flattering. Very much. Yeah, it's sad, but it's fine, because I don't need these kind of followers, you know. If someone is like a fan of mine and likes my work, and then says like I post something about a new technology that comes up, and that we as artists have to kind of deal with it one way or the other, and they decide to unfollow me because, oh, I'm not that much of a fan, so then fuck that, to be honest. Just really go. It's completely fine. I don't need these people in the community, but of course, if someone has real concerns, and if someone wants to discuss something in a not too emotional manner, then all good. I have had really wild discussions with people, but if it's respectful, all good, all fine. Right, guys, so I'm mostly using Midjourney for creating my AI art. I'm hesitant a bit of calling it AI art, because I think the art terminology is a bit difficult here. That's also discussion as well, I think, like very much a discussion within the discussion if AI art is to be called art or not. but it's oh, here we have the chat messages as well. That's good. But that's another discussion. We can maybe turn to that later. But first of all, let's have a look at Midjourney here. And yeah, throw in some prompts. I just, while waiting for the stream to begin, I typed in a person called Stefan is streaming funny things, trending on ArtStation. So that's what Midjourney made. That's kind of really interesting because I mean, if that's what I look like, okay. That's kind of wild. So what Midjourney does is, and if you have any prompts I should type in there, by the way, please type them in the chat, and I will later on add your prompts, the prompts you wanna have in here. I also just checked. I loaded up my subscription, so I have 200 minutes of fast time graphic power that I can use, which is yeah, which is good for a lot of images, so that's good. And yeah, usually, so how I use personally Midjourney is that imagine, and then you come up with a more or less specific scene, so you can really give it like super specific things. So let's move on with the person called Stefan. That's of course bullshit, but let's have a person sitting in front of a computer, live streaming, and cluttered desk, messy room, just like the reality. And now it gets interesting because that's the description of what we want to see, right? So we can also make it a little bit more philosophical, or like not a little bit more vague, and we can also tell Midjourney to be more vague later on. But this is kind of very specific. And now we have to head over to like what is the image supposed to look like. So what kind of style do we want to have it in? And we can do something like cinematic lighting, or something like moody or something. So that goes more kind of into the interpretation of like what the look. And then we can, and that's really crazy, and that's where people start arguing as well. This part is now we can of course tell Midjourney to copy an artist's style, and this is really crazy. We can also tell it to mix styles, and I have a really nice website for this. I found this, which is called Weird Wonderful Art, Wonderful AI.art, and they have a resources page where you can look up a big pile of artists. I don't know how many. I think like hundreds actually. And they have made the effort, which is really crazy, that they typed in a same scene, which is a beautiful painting of a water lily pond by and then the artist trending on ArtStation, and a beautiful painting of a building in a serene landscape by. So, and they did that with every artist and posted the results here, so that for us, like they did this for us to be able to check this out and see like what style do we like here, what is the style that we want to have in our image, and we can use this, and we can also combine different artists. This is of course just some suggestions here, so you can just come up with your own favorite artists, but it's really helpful to kind of get an impression like of different styles that you may want in your generated image. So this is really, for me, it's really helpful because I can have a look like what. I mean, these are all artists. You can also try photographers and stuff like that. So it's not really kind of only focused on artists, but I feel like that Midjourney is really best when it comes to painting and like the classic way of kind of traditional painting, but also digital painting styles. So let's have a look here. What we like for the scene. Of course, these are no interior but exterior scenes, so it's a bit difficult and it will require some experimentation. But let's see. I don't know many of these people, by the way, but let's pick Graham Ingalls. So we can just go here and tell it by Graham Ingalls, and we can also like add an end and add another style, but let's not do that at this point. And then we can tell it like AR, which is the aspect ratio. Let's make this. I love 9:16. I love these kind of things because I don't know. It's an aspect ratio that I love personally. And we can also tell it to make like to interpret the prompt a bit more freely, and this is really interesting. Let me just have a look. I just forgot what the stylize. Yeah, so we can tell it stylize, and then it does like a free interpretation. And we can, for example, put stylize 5000. I think it's like 5000 is the like middle range. 10,000 is a lot, and then you can really go to like, I think 25,000 or so, and Midjourney just does really what it wants in the end. So, and we hit enter, and then we'll see what happens. So this will take a little while. Usually like, I mean, this is the fast mode, which costs more graphic power. You can also use a slow mode, which doesn't use so much, but we don't want to wait here for ages, so we're going to use the fast mode. And you see here in the little, I hope you can see that, you see here it's 25%. And we just wait, and we see the image developing here, right? So we see already that there's kind of, looks like a person and a screen. And so the Midjourney is right now trying to assemble 4 images, so it always gives out 4 images in the first try. And it's 75 already, so it's not long. And we have our image. This is just really a random example now. We're going to have a look at something that I might be able to use for a project later. So, and we have here the that's kind of cool. It's the painterly style is really great. So that looks really nice. This is a weird shadow here. So we see it's really like the moody. It interpreted the moody part really very, very much because it has a very dark kind of artificial light setting. Except this one here, there's a nice color contrast in there as well. So, and we can just really, I actually like this one here because it has this cluttered room feeling. And so now what we can do is, like, if we have a favorite, we can make variations here by clicking the V1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. V1 is the variations for the first, or we can upscale it. Let's upscale it because then it makes a more high-res version, and the higher-res version is really kind of only then you can really see what how the image you made works, because the non-upscaled version is very, very low res. Usually it doesn't take long. So if you guys have a prompt that you want me to throw in there, feel free, just hit it in the chat, and I'll add it here. So I can let it run here on several prompts parallelly, so that's no problem. And well, we see this one developing here in the style of Graham Ingalls. So we can also look for another cool style in the meantime. It's really interesting. I mean, I feel like for my Gustav Klimt is of course a great idea. I feel like Midjourney is really kind of playing its best game in exterior and background and environmental illustrations. So everything that is really environmental. But you also see a lot of great, more realistic art there, and it's gotten better there. So they are releasing updates all the time, and I think like for more realistic things, it's gotten really good. Okay, this looks really, this is a cool scene for my personal taste. It's very, very kind of roughly painted, and it still has this little bit of, is this the final version actually? Yeah, I think so. It still has this a little bit Midjourney style, which comes from, or which I think is like when you see that, like the transitions between elements here, Midjourney has like a special way of doing that. See this, it looks a bit plastic, but in a weird way. But the composition is nice. So I mean, it's a bit weird because the computer screen here is like pointing away from the person, but it could just be second screen or something. And this cluttered room here looks really nice. So I feel like this composition here is really working already. So, and that's where one of the strengths really is of Midjourney, is that the compositions are amazing. And I'm going to show you something that will even make the compositions better. So let's combine two artists and make another try here. Let's keep this the same. Let's cut the live streaming because this is not really giving really giving it so much information here. But the cluttered desk, messy room is really cool. Cinematic lighting. Have you tried prompting it with your social media links? No, not yet so far. Is it working? Like, can you just put a link in there? I didn't try that so far. I can try that with my Instagram probably. You can add something like highly detailed. That's also really nice. And then let's pick two different artists and see how the mix up is working. So let's look for something more graphic maybe. This is crazy. This would be really interesting just to see what happens. Howard Hodgkin. So as you can see, I'm really kind of trying, or what I love to do is really kind of go nuts on experimenting. Oh, Ian McKay, one artist I really love very, very much. We can put him in there. And let's make the aspect ratio this time. Let's make a landscape scene of let's make 4:3, or no, let's make 3:2, and let's keep the stylized thing out. And one thing I want to do is add trending on ArtStation. I know that everyone does that, but the cool thing is that it really works. So what does trending on ArtStation mean here? It's kind of taking images that are right now popular on ArtStation, and what's up here? Help! That's weird. Hello? Oh no, please don't tell me Midjourney is broken. That would be really bad for the stream right now. Oh, my hashtag. Okay, yeah, I'll try that. Hey Kim, how's it going? Yeah, I'm doing well. Just doing some AI stuff, AIR stuff, but so for a change, not drawing myself here. So, post. Oops. So what's up with Midjourney? Let's have a look in the Discord. If others have the same problem. No, it's still working. Okay. So that was the public channel. It's taking very long here. Okay. Let me restart Discord. I don't know if that's making any difference. That would be really annoying because I do not have any alternative program here. Hello? Oh, come on. Come on. Shame. Okay, I never had this actually, so I do not know. Okay. Doesn't react to anything. So, okay, well, that is not so cool. We can switch to the public channel, but it's madness in there, so I really do not want to do that actually. Yeah, I just tried restarting the Discord, but this didn't help. So it looks like it's a Midjourney problem. Yeah, nice. It's really kind of, I used this thing for many times, but of course when I want to stream, it breaks down. What the fuck? Okay, so what can we do here? So I mean, Discord is working. Yeah, more beer is a solution for sure. Yeah, well, maybe we'll just wait and I talk some stories and we drink beer and wait if it works later. But yeah, Discord is down. Discord API is down, but in the channels here, it's still working. So if I type something here, is Discord down? It's still, oh, probably not. No, oh, okay. So that is, but people are using it. Well, I can't. That is weird. That is weird. What can we do here? I mean, support. Anyone else having the same problems? Oh, thanks very much for the new patron. If you're watching, thanks very much. Ah, okay, I see. Yeah, okay. That's not me, it's people. Yeah, great. Perfect timing, right, guys. It's so nice. Okay. Yeah, well, I don't know. Let's draw something or so, because this is really annoying, but can do something. Petting, yes, the patting, not petting, patting. Yeah, these images here are all made by me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just thinking what we can do now, or if I should just delay this stream to next week. I can show you how I used some AI generated images I made for a project, because this is probably interesting. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to do right now, but it's not so much fun because seeing the results like coming in together, it's more, I think it's more interesting. But yeah, what can we do now, right? It's it is what it is. So here is it. It is right. So I've been working on some project lately where I used Midjourney to kind of replace the mood boarding. So Kim, what you just mentioned, like using it for thumbnailing, is actually what I really did here, and it was really great. I was totally amazed by how good it works and how you can use it for mood boarding instead of scrolling Pinterest for the thousandth time and always seeing the same references. I don't know if you have the same thing with Pinterest. I love it. I'm a heavy Pinterest user, but sometimes I feel like it's really repetitive when it comes to the images it shows you, like suggests to you, and also the stuff you have collected yourself on your boards. And that's what I find so amazing about AI generated images, is that you can create references that no one else has, right? I mean, there's similarities, of course, in the results, and but it's very highly unlikely that someone uses the same images you create, or very, very similar images, for like their references. And for example, I created some landscapes here. Just quickly, I'm looking for something specific here. Let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, here. So I created this landscape here, for example, by giving it the information that there's this is an idyllic landscape in India, summer vibes over fields of tea, realistic details, small town in the distance, mountains and clouds by Andreas Rocha and Möbius. I don't see very much of Möbius in here, but that's sometimes it ignores that all a bit. And I told it that it shouldn't display any people, so I didn't want to have people in there. Exactly, you can just trace it and you don't run like you don't have any kind of problem with tracing it because it's not someone else's work. And then I'm one of the artists who absolutely like admits that I trace a lot, and I don't think it's any problem. I see that there's kind of a mindset going around very much that tracing is like cheating, or that it's not the way that art is meant to be made or whatever. I think that's all complete bullshit, because when I need a reference for something, I just look it up, and if it's a perfect reference, then I trace it. Of course, I do that with photography and not with other people's art. That would be a bit weird. And of course, it's all about combination and not about tracing something and like selling it as is. So that's the difference there. But if you see here, I mean, I made this AI generated landscape scene, and the result here is, for example, this one here. So this is a piece for packaging I made. Is it the final piece? Yes, it is. But it's not the high-res one. Just quickly, this is high-res, so we can zoom in a bit. And this is, so this is supposed to be like for tea bag packaging. So that's why we have this little weird blank places here, like the white space here, because there's supposed to be text. And the layout and the composition of the scene may seem a little bit weird, but it makes sense when you see the final packaging. Hopefully, it's not out yet. It's really kind of very, very new. And there you see that there's parts of the scene here in it, right? So you see the mountains here, and I have that here as well. And like how the introduction into the scene, like with the little building that we see here, or whatever that is, maybe an elephant or something, I don't know. So I placed, and because I like the composition, I like the whole how the whole scene was set up, and I took that from this, and that was a really great workflow for me. Very nice experience. Yeah, of course you can take photos yourself. I did that, for example, with a lot of my Curious Cabins artworks. Is that? Ah, yeah, there it is here on top of these houses. So I took a lot of my own photos as inspiration for these, for example. And I did this another time for the same project because I made another packaging, depackaging, and I have. But where? But where? And what Midjourney is really doing well, in my opinion, is finding intriguing and working compositions. That's really something I'm totally like surprised and off, and that I really like how good it is at compositing different elements into an image that works, that kind of is telling the story in the best way. Whatever like the prompt is. It's really interesting that, and I think that seems to be one aspect where the AI is very good at learning things, is how compositions work best. Of course, it's also sometimes really bullshit, but I think these scenes like turned into another packaging. I can show you, which is this one here. So you see there's kind of a little overarching story for these packagings. There's this guy with his cat and his weird car, like this self-built car, and this looks kind of different from the AI generated one, I think. But if you look at the process of this, you see that this was kind of the start of it, while yeah, in the process the whole thing changed quite a bit. So this was kind of the first inspiration, and I traced like a scribble over it very quickly, and I'm just looking if I can find a scribble that looks more like, yeah, no, that's already the final scribble. But yeah, this was the start, and this is nothing else is needed. Sometimes you don't need something to trace, or that you can just really one to one to just copy. Sometimes you just need a spark, and that's the same with mood boards, right? So that's how also mood boards work for me, that I can just set up a couple of ideas, get inspired by them, and then kind of combine and assemble something new and unique that then again is like working on its own without any deep connection to the reference. And that's where yeah, that's what I wanted to show you today, actually, is how yeah, this is a way to incorporate AI art into your workflow. And there's no need to be afraid of it in terms of that it's kind of taking away your job, as long as you rely to your human skills of kind of being able to strategize and like to set up a strategy for an illustration, like what's your target audience, what's your client, what are the goals of it, what do you want to convey, like what emotions. Of course, when you see these AI generated images, it's these also create emotions in you. That's the magic here, kind of, right? So you see these, and if you, for example, like, let's pick something that is a bit, here is something that I used for my tarot card. So my tarot card illustration I just made of the tower. I can show you that as well. There's actually one piece I made with AI that is in the end very close to my illustration. That's really kind of funny. So this is the results. This is mine. Just finished this yesterday, so it's very new. And here we have, of course, in these here, we also have like a certain emotion that these images create in us. Let me just quickly, oh, here's the one I took very much inspiration from. I love the kind of these openings here with the red light and the color contrast. Is just, the AI really knows that this color contrast is really striking, really working. And this is fantastic to see, and you can just straight away take this for your own work. Of course, I know that the red and blue color contrast is a striking contrast, but to see it in action here is something else, right? But yeah, the difference is that that you as a creative worker, as an artist, can control the emotions that you want your recipients to feel, and that you can turn this into a strategy, like how do I need to set up a certain project. If you are a creative worker who has a lot of repetitive tasks, then I would probably think about like what to do differently, because if it's something repetitive and something that kind of, years ago I learned the job of a media designer, and this job is by now, in the last 10 to 15 years, has been very, very much replaced by just really only features that Adobe has in their software. So for example, image retouching, print preparations, ripping and setting up files for printing and stuff like that. That's all really made by machines today, and these are repetitive tasks that people who do this today, there will be probably an AI that replaces these people, but we have, as artists, we have a lot of like more potential to do tasks that AI, in my opinion, won't be able to make, even though it may be really crazy to see how good the images are that you can create with it. And even, I mean, there's some people, not me, but there's some people who invest lots and lots of hours into finding the right prompts and the right kind of prompt combinations to create a certain unique look, which is really like also creative work in the end. And the results can be intimidating, but I don't think that it will replace artists. Like, for example, I see myself, who are constantly like evolving and kind of who are good at kind of consulting clients to sell more than just an image. Okay, let us have a look at if this is working again. Nope. That's really annoying. Oh man, what a timing. Well, can't do anything about it. Yes, Freisteller, exactly. What's the English word for was sagt man dazu nochmal? Freisteller, gerade vergessen. Aber das ist auch ein großer Teil meines Jobs mal gewesen früher. Yeah, exactly. You can take the AI creation and bring it to another level and kind of include it into your work and also your skill set, right? So it's just or not maybe not even skill set, but probably just the tool set. So I see AI art really as a tool where that you can take and use, just like Procreate and an Apple Pencil. But it's of course the approach to using this tool is very, very much different to what we know before, because it's not really kind of working with our hands and with a skill that we learned, but it's kind of taking steps in the process away from us that we very long thought couldn't be taken away from anyone. And I think that's what really scares people off a lot, and that's what many people are what causes negative feelings in many people. And unfortunately for many, this results in hate, but you can't stop it. I mean, what can you do? There's artists who want to sue Dall-e, I think, because Dall-e takes their styles and turns it into new artworks, but you don't have an intellectual property on an art style. That's just not possible. You have an IP on your on what you do with it, but your style, I mean, and that's good, right? That's good, because imagine an art style would be intellectual property, then inspiration for artists wouldn't work anymore. There would be no possibility for inspiration anymore. Yeah, Linclair is hard to recreate. That's right, but it will come. It will come. Oh, it's working again. Nice. I was really like to. I just wanted to say I'm giving it 5 more minutes, and we'll stop this if it doesn't work. But here we are again. So let's. I didn't try anything Linclair for a while, so we can probably do that. So let's try to recreate my singing door from Porto. That's inspired by Porto. Let's see. Beautiful old building in Porto. Front view. Many windows. A bakery inside. With a sales... What's it called? Sales desk? That's counter. Purple and yellow colors. Let's give it some like fall vibes, melancholic. Linclair style. I don't know if it knows it, but let's say by Hergé, German. By Hergé. Okay, AR. Let's give it 3 to 4. Or no, let's make it 4 to 5. No people. Let's see. Kablin, yeah, you needed an invite a while ago, but I think it's now open to anyone. Let me just quickly have a look. Yeah, you can just join it. Discord.gg/Midjourney. And you have, I don't know if they have a free trial anymore, to be honest. Okay, this is looking weird here, the Porto scene. The yellow is a bit very, well, it's my fault. I gave it yellow, I'm getting yellow. So here we are. Okay, this is definitely not Linclair style, right? It's really, that's kind of crazy. It's not really able to do that right now. It's something that it is relatively good at is Möbius, actually. So Möbius is let's see, purple and ochre. Is that the right word? The right way? Ochre. Whole vibes. Let's not make it melancholic, and let's say Möbius. And take out Linclair. Oops. Go away. go away. Highly detailed. Let's see. Nothing here really. I mean, this one on the bottom left is kind of interesting because of the pattern. So the pattern is kind of really cool. But yeah. Okay, that's something here is not really giving it the right input because I'm leaving out the windows. So the cool thing is that you can change the prompt just a little bit, like giving it a little different, like adding some details here, taking some out here, and it usually goes in a different direction. Okay, this is kind of ugly, right? But buildings is it's not so easy. I sometimes see here in the, you can also look at midjourney.com, and then you have a community feed where you see like popular images that are created by other people, and it's always blowing me away. I never kind of reach this kind of quality somehow with my work. But buildings are like contemporary buildings, like I don't know, it's not very good at that. It can do these kind of fantasy stuff like this temple here and whatnot. Oh, Doctor Strange. And it's good at doing this medieval fantasy buildings, but somehow if you just want a regular city, it's not really working. So yeah, singing doors will only be done by me and no one else. Let's pick the front view. Let's make vibrant colors. Giving it a little bit more epicness. And so it's really playing around, but it's very much fun. Unfortunately, you very quickly add the kind of your tokens you can use per or your graphic power you can use per month. So unfortunately, that happens very fast. So because it can really, it's kind of addictive to me. Just, oh, I have this idea and that idea. Let's try this. So that's giving me little addictive vibes here. But yeah, this Porto by Möbius is really not working well. So as you see, this is kind of weird. Let's try something else, and let's have a look at the artist list here again. I want to try something with Ian Style, actually, because I love his work very, very much. I think he's one of the artists I probably follow like the longest. Quite the veteran. And oh, these are not so bad. I mean, this composition here on the, let's upscale this just for fun and see what it looks like. So the view here is kind of interesting, at least. My brand is safe, yeah. So let's see. I wanted to make something in the style of Ian McKay. Let's see, what can we do? Anyone got an idea? Oh, he followed you on Twitter. Nice. That's quite a flex. But, well, yeah, all your skulls. Yeah, you definitely You're definitely good at the shitposting game, right? But the kind of weird shitposting game that I also sometimes don't get. But no worries, I'm not going to unfollow you. But sometimes I'm like, what's going on there again? So yeah. Yeah, let me just come up with something fun. So I want to I have a vague idea, and now we can probably try something more like philosophical, because that's something really okay, that's not really cool. That's really weird. It didn't really know what to do there. Let's try something philosophical, probably, like more vague, because the results there are sometimes extremely interesting. Let's see. Let's see, something let's make something melancholic, like sad person. Alone on the rooftop in the style. Okay. And something kind of nice widescreen-ish. And you can also sometimes really, what's really funny is, what I also did sometimes is something like life can be weird, but in the end it's okay. Some weird stuff, just really cinematic lighting after sunset, moody in the style of, sorry Ian for doing this with your style, but let's see. Okay, this is turning out simple. No, I'm not going to mute you. No, okay, that's fine. Because the thing is, if I mute you, I wouldn't see the nice skull drawings anymore. And I love the skull drawings, but I'm good with just accepting that I sometimes have to see weird stuff. So okay, that's really interesting, because it's such simple compositions, right? So it looks like that by not giving it much input, it became simple. But on the lower left, the one is quite nice, and we can also try some variations here this time. So let's upscale this one and also make variations of this and see what it does. But didn't it take my weird life is weird, but blah blah. Oh, it's waiting. Yo, serious, how's it going today on YouTube? With a weird username. So here we have the variations. So as you see, what Midjourney does there is taking the same idea it had before, but just kind of bringing some variation, but very slightly. So that's just sometimes cool, because when you want to have like nuances, for example, I feel like this looks a bit weird here. The clouds are a bit weird compared to this one. So I would probably just take this one if I wanted to move on with this concept. Well, let's have a look at the upscaled one. I'm very interested in that, because I think it could be cool. I think it could be cool. Let's wait a little minute. I'm so glad the stream isn't dead. Thanks, Midjourney, for working again. Okay, that's interesting. So I love the color contrast here, this rusty orange. The composition with the cloud here is a bit weird, but I mean, that's just a little detail. But yeah, interesting. So that's what Midjourney thinks. I mean, I gave it nothing else than just a sad person on a rooftop. So this is really everything it had from my side. And if you, what we can do, for example, something that I think is probably interesting here in this case is we take the same prompt and let it stylize. Let's make it 25,000, which is really high, and see what it does there. In the meantime, we can have a look at this. So this is, life can be weird, but in the end it's okay. Cinematic lighting after sunset, moody in the style of Ian again. Okay, that's, I kind of feel like, for me personally, these results are always kind of more inspiring somehow. I mean, if I need a certain scene to be done, something like, for example, the tower I just showed you before, where I just give it like the input of like a fantasy dark tower thing in a certain landscape, etc., etc. That's great, but the inspiration really comes when I put in these more philosophical, weird, vague prompts. So that one here on the top, on the bottom right, is kind of vibing with me, so I'm going to upscale it. Yeah, if you have any prompt, guys, please don't hesitate and send it to me so I can put it in there. Oh, that's, look, that's crazy. If we just compare this is the strength of AI, right? Look, this is the sad person alone on the rooftop in the style blah blah. And this here is the person on the rooftop. If we tell Midjourney to kind of go nuts and to not really exactly do what we tell it, but go more a crazy way. And this is interesting because here we do not see any person at all on the top left and bottom right. So there just is like, I don't need a person. You tell me there's a person. No, there is no person because the stylized value is so high. But and it's also, what it does is that the results are different from each other. So let's make variations of the third one because I like that. Okay, and here we have the upscaled version of that's interesting. That's, life can be weird, but in the end it's okay. Well, it still has this Midjourney look. I don't know. Maybe what we can do is, sorry if I'm just really like bouncing around here. That's really just my workflow, my kind of how I use this tool. Let's tell this training on ArtStation. And also stylize a little bit more, like let's make it 15K. There's more options to, like, for additional orders here, like not only aspect ratio and stylize, but I don't know so many, to be honest. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Change the colors here. These are much more, have much more contrast and saturation compared to this one. That's interesting. I like this one here. Let's upscale this one just for fun. That's great. I'm glad that it's interesting to you. So yeah, what I personally do not do, but what many people do now is trying to find their unique way of making AI images, right? So that's something I do not really need for my personal workflow, because I'm fine with just some regular prompting that isn't so super unique, because I don't sell these on object, on Tezos, for example, as NFTs or something like that. It's just for my personal use. I know a couple of people who have like dedicated Instagram and Twitter accounts only to post their AI generated images, because they have developed their own vibe and very much their own style in their images, and they just use it in a little different way. So let's see what we got here. So this is the life can be weird, but in the end it's okay. Training with only edit training on ArtStation and stylized more. And looks like Midjourney thinks that lighthouses are, in this case, an appropriate element in the images, because it somehow adds these lighthouses here. By the way, one thing that we see here very much is that it's very good at clouds, right? So I feel like clouds are easy to create for Midjourney somehow. It's great to see. Yeah, actually, out of these, I find the one with the missing lighthouse the best. And this one here, this one is something I really like. So the watercolor textures here, the paper textures, very, very nice. So that's something I also love from the colors. So these vibing rusty colors here in the buildings, with this the purple, blue, red dots everywhere. That's great. I love that very much. So yeah, here we are. Oh, it has a new function, by the way, this remaster thing. I didn't really try that. Let's just see what it does there. So let's think about what we could do probably next. We didn't try portraits that much, so let's go for some portraits. I like to go into the Midjourney stream on the website, community feed, and have a look at some other prompts here as well. So, well, that's a long one. Oh my god, look at that. This guy, Fabian, did a mix of Alexis Ren, Gigi Hadid, Selena Gomez, Ana de Armas, Zendaya, Jessica Alba, Emilia Clarke, Ariana Grande, and so on and so on. So he wanted to create like a mix of all these girls. Okay, that's nice. So like a long list of women that, yeah, well, it's interesting. But the result is nice. It doesn't look like, oh, the eyes are really creepy. Oh my god. Eyes are something that Midjourney isn't good at. Okay, that's really super weird. Oh my god. I feel like, for example, let's quickly have a look at Dall-e, because I think that Dall-e is better at portraits. So let's go away. That's that Dall-e for a change. Dall-e is kind of works the same but has a little different features, but the basic function is the same, that you give it written prompt. Yeah, the light is perfect. So that's probably the two things that Midjourney is the best at. Is first it's compositions, and then secondly it's lights and clouds and stuff like that. So color contrast and the whole kind of cinematic mood it can create. So let's make a portrait. Kim, let's make one for you. A woman with a skull mask, cyberpunk vibe, studio portrait. That's it. Let's just see what it does. It's very fast, by the way, so this won't take long. Because I want a perfect wife. That's right. Yeah, this guy would just want to create his perfect fiancé. This is beautiful. Has red hair. So let's give it some. Oh yeah, okay, nice. That's not really a mask, but more like a face painting, but whoa, that looks crazy. Creepy, crazy stuff. Oh my god. So that's where Dall-e is really good at. I feel like this kind of studio portraits. The perfect wife. No. This is my first one, but it's empty. Almost. Just one sip. Just in a good mood. Oh my god. Okay. Nice. Very nice result. That's nice. Okay, I gotta save that for later. I have to send this one to a couple of people. Interesting. Nice. Okay, well, what does Midjourney do when I type in the perfect Wi-Fi? Training on ArtStation. Yeah, pink hair wins. So it looks like the perfect waifu. It has pink hair. I kind of like the diversity in the results. So I gotta say, I mean, it's in the end it's kind of diverse, right? So well, nice. And funny is that Midjourney instantly goes for this kind of digital art style. I mean, I told it training on ArtStation, I know, but it's still let's try the same. Give it some more input. But just a little bit. So okay, this is oh my god, what happened to the mouth here? Yeah, well, okay, weird. So as I said, the eyes are often weird. But well. Yep, they do have different tastes. That's crazy, right? I want to look into the feed here, what others type in there. I mean, these are really long prompts as well. Sometimes you see amazing results from super short, but also sometimes from super long. So we have here, for example, we have here digital painting, insanely detailed, hyper maximalist. Okay. ArtStation. Oh, Octane Render is also really nice. I used that a couple of times. Cinematic DSLR. 200mm. Okay, interesting. So we have like that's something funny because we have digital painting, and we have DSLR. Well, okay, interesting because there's kind of it's a weird mix in the end. So I wanna see what this guy typed in here. Anthropomorphic alien samurai mermaid wearing intricately detailed white ivory samurai armor. Nice. It's quite a cool prompt actually. So look, this is here the perfect waifu. Studio portraits, soft lighting. So definitely not a photography vibe, right? It's still, this is not trending on ArtStation, but it still has very much digital painting style. Let's scale up one of these. Let's scale up the first one. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so at this point it's really just completely wildly playing around. Oh, this one here is quite well, this one here is super, has a super photographic vibe. What does... Oh, Sinua. Hellblade. Nice game. I'm just really completely copying this one here and replace this with the perfect Wi-Fi. Because I just want to see what happens. I wish this thing would be better at eyes. It's crazy. The hair, the face shape, and the clothes are looking good, but the eyes are always creepy. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's still working as a reference, but it's not really working standalone because the eyes just look super creepy. This looks like yesterday on Reddit I saw a cat with 3 eyes. This looks a bit similar actually. So yeah. How much it costs, you mean? Let me just see. So today so far we spent like €3 or so. Yeah. So we spent like 10% of my $30 prepaid. Okay, what the fuck is this, man? This looks crazy. So that's the perfect wife with the same style, the same style input of this one. Okay, crazy. Okay, this could be like, I have to upscale one of these because it looks really nice. And I'm going to upscale the first one, and maybe they are all kind of cool. This one is nice, but this one has a nice symmetry, probably. Well, that's, yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm going to upscale everything. So one request, it really depends on, it's not always the same amount of graphic GPU usage, but I think I don't know, can you tell what one image costs? Not sure. But it's not too expensive. But yeah, as you see, I mean, if you sit there, it's really like last week I was on a train, and I sat on the train and was like giving Discord prompts on my phone because I was bored, and so if you use it like that, the €30 are gone quite quickly. Yeah, the lighting game is great, right? So, but in the end, it's what the prompt says. I mean, the prompt is set up really well because it has this. It even has this extremely detailed volumetric grace that it does very, very good. So the prompt is well done. Thanks, Gizmo. It has also private mode, by the way. So if you do not want to share your prompts, you can also use private mode. Oh, this is a nice. Okay, when you zoom in, it looks a bit weird. This is crazy. This is really crazy. I find it interesting when people like give Midjourney so many different artists. But yeah. Wow. Okay. Wow. Let's look at the depth of this. Like with these leaves or whatever this is in the foreground, and it really has like a little bouquet, like the camera bouquet in the background. It's crazy nice, very good. I don't think this is the perfect waifu, but okay, this figure looks kind of weird. So if you zoom in, you sometimes see weird stuff, right? But let's make a remaster of this one. I want to see what the beta upscale. I want to see what happens there. Biggest Discord in the world. Yeah, I'm not surprised. You see, there's these public Discord rooms. So these general rooms, 1 to 20, that you can use when you do not subscribe, like when you don't pay any image, any money to generate the images. You have to use these rooms, and you see what's going on in here. It's total madness. You see how many people are making their images there. It's kind of, sometimes it's better than watching TV to just interesting. Sometimes it's better than watching TV to see what other people are creating here. It's really interesting. Oh, this looks cool. I bet this guy has tarot card in his prompt. Yep, there it is. This is kind of the... Someone started putting tarot card in the prompts, and it always has a certain vibe. It can very much recognize. Oh, nice. This is very different. Cool. This could be a scene from Ghost of Tsushima also. Very nice. So this is the test mode. Ah yeah, okay, there's a new test mode that I didn't try so far, and this is the result from that mode. Oh, okay, it did the character much better here. Okay, interesting. Ah, very cool. Like it. So I don't know which one's the remaster and which one's the test, but the beta. See, this is the beta. Okay, and this is the test remaster mode. Okay, interesting. Well, very nice. Okay, friends, any ideas what to do next? Here's what Dall-e made again. So if you have any input, I mean, I think I talked about everything I had on my list. So I showed you how I use it for my creative workflow, I think. So, for example, one thing that I could show you probably is what I do really a lot is like really taking. Let me just quickly switch to my iPad. So something I enjoy doing very much, and Michael, I just read your comment. If you have a little bit of a situation where you don't know how to proceed with an image, it can really give you new sparks, and it's just sometimes. I mean, we know that sometimes it's just a little spark of an idea that we need, and I feel that I created images can give this kind of spark. So for example, where's Discord? So for example, if you take this this one here, what I love to do is just pick a scribble pencil and just really kind of quickly, very quickly redo the whole composition. And that's often enough to give me enough kind of input to work off, or to keep on working on this kind of thing. So actually I have one thing that I could show you, but it's unfortunately I'm not supposed to share it because like I'm forbidden to share it. So signed an NDA for that one, but that would be a nice example actually. So just I don't know, just really quick composition scribble that it's kind of the same process that I would have on with any kind of reference on Pinterest or whatever, right? So, and that's something that, yeah, could develop from there. Or something that is interesting also is just to combine images, of course. So if we have like, here's these cool kinds of plants coming here to the scene, and like, why not take both and combine it, right? So that's just a quick example. So everyone who hates on this, tells me this is bullshit, you're missing out, man. No, Midjourney doesn't take that kind of input, so it doesn't take images as an input. That's what you can do with Dall-e. So you could, for example, you can save this. Let's just quickly try it. You can save this and go to Dall-e and upload an image. And you can, for example, erase something and add like very night sky with a huge red moon, and builds that into this image, which is also a funny function. That takes a bit. Oh, okay. Look. That's interesting. Well, it does it really nicely, right? So it's it looks not too bad. I didn't try this function too much, so I don't know any details like how this works, but I mean, you see how it works, but what you can additionally do with it. But it is able to combine these very much in a very nice way. No, I need to keep these. Where are they? Ah, there. So we can. I mean, I don't want to. That's Happy crazy husband. Oh my god, I'm not sure if I want to know what happens now, but let's see. they're kind of... Oh no, what's that? That doesn't really work. Look, is that the husband going away? No. And what's that? Cry? Okay, that's I think the there wasn't enough space. Can you do something really like an arm here? I don't know if that's something that is really possible, because it would the overlaying like the overlay skills would be really crazy. That worked. Yeah, it looks like it's time for another beer. Okay, oh look here, there's... Oh, okay. With another very nice pink hair. And look at that bow tie. No, not bow tie. What's that? What? I don't know what's that. Oh, look here. Oh, he's great. Oh, he's really crazy happy. Okay, that'll work better. Oh, what's that? Okay. Oh my god. Not impressed by Dall-e. Are you kidding me? That's... Look at it. No, Dall-e is working nicely with certain styles. Like I said, like the photographic things are working nicely, but some styles are not so good. So I tried a couple of things with Dall-e. For example, where's my... here. For example, I tried some... No. Where's my timeline? Ah, there. So I tried some landscape scenes, and I'm absolutely... I mean, these are cool because they look just like photos. But if you want it in a more painted style, it's kind of weird. It's not really impressive. But here the portraits are absolutely cool. Yeah, compositions are a bit weird. Oh yeah, you were mentioning that you wanted to use Stable Diffusion, so you didn't use it that much so far. Yeah, I remember you were mentioning that your graphic chip wasn't really compatible, right? So yeah, it's time for another beer, but yeah, that's actually also that was all I wanted to show you. So I'm probably going to grab the beer and call it a day in terms of streaming. If you don't have anything you want to see or try, but feel free to let me know. So I have time. There's nothing I have to be tonight, so let me know. But else, I'm going to end this and make another real art stream next time again. But I hope you enjoyed this little excursion into the world of AI generated art. and maybe we can do that again. And next time, what I would find quite cool would be like a specific project I had, so something I would really need to illustrate, and so maybe next time I will pick certain specific task, try to build references in Midjourney, and then then just really like taking the step over to scribbling and whatever comes after. So like making a real kind of full scribble and building up a composition for a real artwork. But for today, that was just really a Dyson sphere. What's that again? I heard that before. I can try. Dyson sphere. Oh, that's the German. Okay, this thing. Yeah, okay. Oh boy, what should I tell it? Dyson sphere. That's it. Dyson sphere. Okay, we can try actually. It's not a problem. We can just see what it does there, and then we can make it a little bit more. So do you want to have it like real artsy, or maybe we can find a cool artists. This is kind of interesting here. Oh, James Gilliard. Okay, that's someone I want to try. So I think it has to be epic. Oh, it's turning out quite cool. Let's make it really kind of epic scene. What was that here? Intricate details. I like the word intricate. And of course we need a... Let's see. Concept art style, yeah, exactly. Let's see, but this is these are, I mean, this is really kind of, Midjourney usually does create quite the bullshit quite the bullshit results if you just put in 2 words. But this one looks really cool. So not too shabby. Let's see what it's... Oh, the colors. I like the colors. I mean, James says, let's try something really super... Someone who's really a super... digital painter. Who would that probably be? Let's quickly... I'm going to quickly have a look at the feed here. It's sometimes easier to find something that is a good fit. Oh, Schloss Neuschwanstein. Okay, that's a nice style here. Man, Megan Fox is popular. But this one here is cool. I like this one. Let's try. Just blatantly copying. Okay, what do we have here? Interesting. Okay. Is this anywhere close to what you were imagining? I like this concept here, actually. The colors of this guy here, the gradient is great. It's great. Let's upscale that one. Upscale 2. Some variations. Okay, this one is going to be interesting as well. Oh, what's that? Not attractive male model, very intricately detailed. Oh, it looks like the word intricately is quite popular. Neon pink glossy paint armor played by Brad Pitt. Nice. It's crazy how good it is at making them really look like the actors, right? So, I mean, everyone would definitely say that this is Brad Pitt. It's crazy. I like the neon applications in this part here. So we have something to look at. Oh, lots. So this is the upscaled version of this concept. Very nice. I think it's a bit kind of, it needs a bit more sharper details in the middle area here where the focus is, but the colors are really nice as well again, and as always kind of doing a good job when it comes to composition. So we have some variations. Okay. Oh, okay, that's much darker and much kind of more has a little horror, sci-fi horror vibe. That's crazy. This one here is great. This one is also cool. This one looks weird. Let's upscale the last one here. Oh, I had that before, yeah. Oh yeah, I wanted to. Nice, yeah. So if you want, send me your email or send me a message on Discord, and I'll send it to you so you can save it. It's no problem. But it was a nice, really nice idea for prompt, I gotta say. So looks like Midjourney is very much is very much able to draw something out of this. I want to try one more. And then that's the last one. This is beautiful. Nice colors. Love the dark blue here. Is this Justin Timberlake? Yeah. A mix of Justin Timberlake and Matt Smith. Okay. Oh, interesting. Oh, this is a cool style. So I'm going to pick one style that I really find a bit more graphic, something like this here. This is again the tarot card again. See, funny. Yeah, let's probably try this with the tarot card concept. It's also always the Dyson sphere could be a new. Could be card in a new tarot deck, right? So we have to take this out. And let's try. Well, this still has a lot of the classic Midjourney look because you can recognize some of the structures here are a bit... so it had too much control over the shapes. So I'm going to try to redo here. I guess same here. Let's do that. Doesn't take so long. Oh my god, okay, this is it's going to be interesting. Too many jobs. Okay. Oh, okay. Damn, that's completely different. This character here. Or these here. What's going on there? This is also really cool. Okay, okay. Let's upscale the second one. That's my favorite, probably. Megan, is this giving you some nice inspiration? Oh look, now we have... that's interesting because the difference between the upscale in how it interprets the shapes is quite the difference. That's great. Glad to hear that, Megan. I mean, not that I made these, but speaking for Midjourney, thanks for using our services. Yeah, the tarot card. I mean, it's not a surprise that so many people use the tarot card prompt, because it is interesting. I feel like it creates much more symmetrical compositions with kind of ethereal fantasy vibe that is very special, and it's also, I think the tarot thing is that you can give it to Midjourney and it just runs with it and makes something fun. I like this one here as well, because kind of all the round shapes here lining up to a very cool layout. And then we have this little detail here of this glowing thing. That's really nice. So, well done. So last one. Where's the last? Ah, this is almost done. Yeah, this is a cool collection. It's still always, I think, probably the artists here are not perfect for this kind of prompt, but because it always gets this Midjourney's own look, but it's still cool. Okay. Only these two characters here, this one sitting here and this one standing in front of this sphere, so cool. Yes, that's right. Serious. So I made a redo. It's interesting how different the composition is the same, but still it changes so much in the whole look here, this platform, that looks so cool with all these kind of metal decorations. So this is the last one. Okay, friends, that was fun. Midjourney paint soup. Yeah, that's right. If you zoom in, you have this that's something where I think that they will work on improving the image generation, is that you have, when you look from far away, you have a nice image, and whenever you zoom in, you have this kind of mashed up shapes thing, like it looks really soupy. And it's a crazy effect that you sometimes think, oh, this is great, and then you zoom in and like, what? Ugly. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that they will improve in terms of the details, and they will be able to, I mean, you can also create 4K images, for example, but it doesn't change anything. If you zoom in, it still looks shit. So yeah, that's something they will definitely improve. All right, friends. Well, that was our short AI art excursion. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm not sure when the next stream is going to be, but the next thing I'm going to work on are the Plastober prompts. So if you want to take part in my Inktober challenge called Plastober, stay tuned. I have plans to release it mid next week to Patreon first. So patrons will have the pleasure to be able to look at the prompts a couple of days earlier, just as a little courtesy for them being supporters. And then it will be available on Instagram, Discord soon. So that's the next plan, and then I'll have a look at what new artwork I'm going to start and probably stream to you. So thanks for the nice chat once again. Thanks for being pleasant company. No, Plastober is my own thing. That's, I mean, Inktober is a challenge that is well known, so that's not my invention. So the challenge itself is not my own invention, but I'm always doing a little different prompts list that works in a bit different way, but I'm going to inform everyone about this. If you want to stay updated, have a look at my Discord. There's a Plastober channel, and there you can get yourself a role that will keep you updated when I'm posting the prompts list and rules and everything. So yeah, just a couple of days. I have to make the list and put everything together and come up with 1 or 2 additional ideas, and then we will get there. Okay, friends, have a nice weekend and enjoy the free time that you will hopefully have. I'm going to be on a festival tomorrow, on an electronic music festival, some dancing, and we will see each other very soon. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.